everyone, my name is Jeline and I'm from Proptiply. Today we are going to cover the third principle of property investment, or rather how we actually buy properties in Singapore. Now this actually forms part of the framework of how we really buy properties here. So the third principle is actually infinite returns. So what is really infinite return? It is when you no longer have to put any of your money invested into a property and yet you still own it, and the property is still generating income for you. As Robert Kiyosaki is really one of our grandmaster that we actually learn about property investment, he is very for the concept of OPM. So what is OPM? OPM is other people's money. And what does it really mean in terms of Singapore's context? How do you achieve infinite returns in Singapore? Basically, the key word here is collaboration. So what is collaboration? For all properties, there are actually three roles that needs to be achieved. So firstly is the hunter, which is the sweat partner, and the resource that you have is time. So if you have time, you can actually play the role of the hunter, where you will be the one to hunt for properties, you will source and you will scout for good property for investment purpose. The second role that you can actually contribute is as a loan bearer. So where you are actually working and you can take loan but you do not have time. So that is the second role as a loan bearer. So first is actually the hunter, and then the loan bearer. And the last one is of course the one that comes up with the cash, right? It can be one or it can be a group of partners that actually come up with cash. So through this model, through this collaboration model where you need a hunter, a loan bearer, and somebody to come up with the cash, so this is where you can really achieve infinite returns for your investment property. And in fact, for all our industrial property, we use this OPM concept, this other people money's concept for all our properties, and we actually generate infinite returns on our investments. So we now generate a 5-figure cash flow on a monthly basis. And if you recall back, what is cash flow? Again, cash flow can be positive or negative, right? So we actually generate 100% of our investment are generating positive cash flow on all our investments. So you may ask, how then do you buy multiple units in Singapore? So firstly is to use the collaboration model, where you need a hunter, a loan bearer, as well as somebody to come up with cash. And the other way that we really practice is where we buy units with good tenancy agreement. So what do we mean? So all the units that we buy are actually tenanted. So with a good tenancy agreement, the banks will evaluate and consider this as additional income to you, and therefore they will actually increase the loan amount with the bank. So I hope that you have actually gathered some value and some understanding in terms of the framework of how to purchase a property in Singapore. So again, the three key principles. Firstly is that it must be below market value, BMV. Secondly, it actually must give you positive cash flow. And lastly, we are looking at infinite returns for all our property investment. So please continue to like and subscribe our Proptiply video. Thank you.